let's move on to the next question. This is a good question. I admittedly am ignorant in this. I am admittedly ignorant in this genre, but in what context would you sing this way? So, yeah, I think we should talking to that question came when we're doing like rattle. And admit a rattle is not the most common effect, but I think the rattle and the growl are really close together. Sometimes these people are calling it grattle, doing both because it's that arytenoid activity. So when would you hear that in a song? It's got to be
Oh,
the right context, right? I think the right emotional context for the sound. I love the part in Lord of the Rings where Gollum, he's like, it hurts, it burns, it freezes. So if you got, you get some gospel singers doing that. Wow! And they
yeah, Jennifer Holiday does it all the time. I'm so glad. Ain't you glad?
yeah, but it's not gonna fit everywhere, right?
No, I guess not. But I think that it's about styling. So we will hear it in pop music, Beyonce kind of thing, um, gospel, as you said. Also with heavy metal singers when they go up in pitch and they go like, yeah,
Yeah.
mixed with creek sometimes.
Well, maybe we should just take the second and talk about that because we were talking about that a little bit. As you go up higher with distortion, for the guys, or at least for me personally, I
Mhm.
mean, we're talking some high stuff. So this is an A, but if we go up to like, I was going up to I think a C sharp. So if I'm going, hey, I'll turn my mic down. Hey, hey, hey. The higher I go up, if I want that, full
Mhm.
compression, a more aggressive sound, it always flips to rattle up there.
Yeah. And for me, it always flips to creek.
Okay, super interesting.
Something changes up there. I guess it's because of the vocal tract, how it's shaped, and we have to be more twanged there.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, like I said, we're speculating because there's not a ton of research, but there is a lot of research that talking about the acoustic, the inertance, the air pressure inside of the vocal tract and how that affects the vocal folds and just certain frequencies. It's like if you hit the right frequency, the vocal folds will be going, they just don't work at
mhm.
certain frequencies in certain pressure environments the same way. So I don't know how high I go up on that. I've never tried, but if I keep going, I'm sure the rattle is not going to work anymore either. It's probably going to go to creek. Should we just try?
But I think, yeah, but I think it's the same with as we talk as CVT teachers, metal and neutral. Somewhere along the way, it has to change.
Yeah,
And then we can point like, okay, for you it's this note, for me it's this note, and we can train. But eventually, we'll end up in neutral, all of us.
yeah, yeah.
So I guess, I mean, I haven't heard a male singer doing distortion maybe above, I don't know, D5, D sharp 5.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, if they take it up in pitch, it's usually, the heavy metal screams. Ah! So
exactly.
it's rattle. Yeah.
It's going to get lighter. Well, I think it's true that if we look at some vocal settings, sounds, let's just say overdrive because we both know the complete vocal technique. Overdrive has a pitch limit. You're not, and
Mhm,
some other people might call it a chest belt or
mhm,
a heavy belt, but for that's going to end at a C5 for guys and a
mhm,
D5 for girls. You got to switch your set
mhm,
and go more towards edge, another vocals track setting that's going to allow you to continue to go up there. So that makes sense, and it has a lot to do with the mass of the vocal.
mhm,
How much mass can get moving and closing, and the higher you go, you can't have the same amount of mass doing that. The vocal folds are getting longer, they're getting stretched, thinner,
mhm,
and less mass is moving. So
mhm.
I'm sure it has to do with something like that, some things like that. But Yeah, we've got less mass going on up there, and so we have to make that acoustic vocal tract change to be able to continue up in pitch. And the less surface area is being used, at one point it's just going to be,
Mhm.
our whistle tones. I don't know you're going to have a lot of success with uh, full distortion and whistle tones going on,
No.
right? It's
So
kind
yeah, something is changing as we go in pitch up or down.
of, yeah.
But we don't put like a note where okay we can do it like a pitch limit like we do with overdrive, because I guess for each one it's different.
Yeah.
I mean, some of my colleagues can growl until a very high pitch. Many people would change to rattle, but
Hmm.
she can do it. But it
Yeah.
is what it is.
We don't need to be able to do everything as well as everybody.